Welcome to Hot Drama TV.
When silence becomes the loudest promise, Liu Yuning and the night everyone is waiting for. On January 30th, 2026, Liu Yuning posted just a few short lines on Weibo. No long explanation. No dramática announcement. No flashy countdown posters. And yet, those few lines quietly sent a ripple through the fandom. Because when Liu Yuning speaks this way, people know something is coming. The night has truly arrived. The Weibo Night 2025 has truly arrived. That opening sentence is calm, almost casual, but it carries weight. It doesn't sound like someone chasing attention. It sounds like someone standing at the edge of a stage, fully aware of what's about to happen. The word truly matters. It suggests that this night isn't just another event on the calendar. It's a moment that has been building for a long time. Anticipation, patience, preparation. All of it finally converging. For fans who have followed Liu Yuning year after year, this isn't just Weibo Night. It's another chapter. A single question that changes everything. Maybe there will be a surprise stage this year, thinking face. One sentence. One emoji. And suddenly imagination takes over. He doesn't promise anything. He doesn't deny anything either. That small word maybe is doing all the work. It invites curiosity without pressure. It creates excitement without noise. It lets fans dream freely, without being trapped by expectations. And that's very Liu Yuning. He has never been an artist who relies on shock value. Instead, he lets anticipation grow quietly, like a melody you don't realize is stuck in your head until it's already there. Borrowing the power of Weibo and giving something back. Borrowing the power of Weibo, making the world even better. At first glance, this sounds like a standard promotional line. But look closer, and you'll see something more intentional. Liu Yuning isn't positioning himself above the platform. He isn't claiming center stage. He's borrowing its power. That word choice matters. It shows humility, awareness, and cooperation. An understanding that art doesn't exist in isolation. It needs space, timing, and connection. And making the world even better isn't about changing the world overnight. It's about offering something meaningful, even if only for a few minutes on a stage. A song, a voice, a moment people remember. Sometimes that's enough. Wait together with me. On February 5th, wait together with me. Not watch me. Not support me. Not fight for me. Wait together. This single phrase quietly dissolves the distance between artist and audience. It places Liu Yuning not above the crowd but among them. Someone who is also waiting, also anticipating, also stepping into the unknown. It turns the event into a shared experience, rather than a performance to be consumed. And that shared waiting? That's where emotional connection is born. The most powerful line comes last. As every year, no fan support activities. Just wait for Liu Yuning's stage. This is where the message truly reveals itself. In an industry obsessed with numbers, rankings, and online wars, this sentence is almost rebellious in its calmness. No fundraising. No organized battles. No pressure. Just the stage. It's a quiet declaration of confidence. Liu Yuning isn't asking fans to prove his value. He's saying, let the performance speak. And in doing so, he protects both his art and his fans, allowing them to enjoy the moment without exhaustion, without anxiety, without competition. That choice says more about an artist than any trophy ever could. Why this feels different. This Weibo post isn't loud. It doesn't chase headlines. It doesn't demand attention. And that's exactly why it works. Because Liu Yuning understands something rare. True anticipation doesn't need to shout. By keeping things restrained, by trusting his stage and his voice, he transforms curiosity into emotional investment. Fans aren't hyped, they're drawn in. They don't feel pressured to act. They feel invited to witness. When the lights finally turn on, February 5th will come. The lights will rise. The music will start. And whatever that stage turns out to be, surprise or not, it will carry the weight of this quiet promise. Because sometimes the most unforgettable moments are not the ones announced with fireworks, but the ones we were simply asked to wait for. Together. The art of not forcing the moment. In today's entertainment world, silence is rare. Every hour brings a new teaser. Every minute a new hashtag. Every second someone is asking fans to do more. But Liu Yuning chose the opposite. By saying almost nothing, he said everything. No countdown posters. No dramatic slogans. No urgent calls for data or dominance. Just a calm reminder. The stage will come. And in that restraint there is power. Because artists who truly believe in their work don't need to wrap it in noise. Waiting is not passive, it's trust. When Liu Yuning asks fans to wait, he isn't asking them to be passive. He's asking them to trust. Trust the preparation behind the scenes. Trust the hours of rehearsal no one sees. Trust the belief that when the lights turn on, something meaningful will happen. Waiting, in this sense, becomes an emotional contract. Not prove your loyalty. Not fight for visibility. But, stay with me. And that kind of trust is far more fragile and far more valuable than blind enthusiasm. A stage that doesn't need an explanation. What makes people curious isn't just the idea of a surprise stage. It's the confidence that Liu Yuning doesn't feel the need to explain it. He doesn't sell the concept. He doesn't describe the arrangement. He doesn't hint at collaborations or effects. Because the stage itself is the answer. For an artist who began his journey from live streams and street performances, the stage has always been sacred. Not a battlefield. Not a marketing tool. A place where voice meets silence. Where emotion meets restraint. Where the audience listens not because they're told to, but because they want to. No support activities, a quiet line in the sand. That final sentence about no fan support activities may seem simple, but in reality, it draws a quiet line in the sand. It says, I don't need you to exhaust yourselves for me. It says, you don't owe me proof. And perhaps most importantly, it says, art should not hurt the people who love it. In a culture where fandom often becomes a second job, this choice feels almost radical. It turns love back into enjoyment, support back into presence, fandom back into something human. Why this moment feels earned? Liu Yuning didn't arrive at this confidence overnight. It was built over years of slow progress. Over doubts. Over criticism. Over moments where his voice was louder than his visibility. So when he says just wait for the stage, it doesn't sound arrogant. It sounds earned. Like someone who has learned that the strongest statement is not made before the performance but during it. The unspoken promise. There is an unspoken promise hidden inside this post. Not a promise of grandeur. Not a promise of spectacle. But a promise of sincerity. That whatever happens on that stage will be honest. That it will be prepared. That it will come from a place of respect for the platform, for the audience, and for the music itself. And for many fans, that promise is enough. When the world finally listens, on the night of Weibo Night, millions will tune in. Some will be curious. Some will be casual viewers. Some will be longtime fans who have been waiting quietly, exactly as he asked. And in that moment, when Liu Yuning steps onto the stage, the silence before the first note will say more than any promotional campaign ever could. Because everyone will remember. He didn't ask us to shout. He didn't ask us to fight. He only asked us to wait. And sometimes waiting is how the most meaningful stories begin.